It is 2026, though, in building Michigan State. Year 3. I guess the best way to go about this is where are coach stats. Yeah, let's take a look at that record through 2 seasons. 7-17. Not a hot start. 1-4 versus our rivals. 1-6 versus the top 25. Rare time that I have actually customed the red shirts here. I don't usually go into this, and maybe I should just a little bit more. Josh Chick, I really debated redshirting him and starting our backup here, but he's only star. Hopefully he does grow to high 80s here in these next couple seasons when we're really ready to go. That's my hope. You'll also notice that I have redshirted our elite development running back, Tavares Phoenix. Reason for that is simple. Isaiah Johnson here blows all the running backs of this team out of the water. And then Brandon Tullis, who's already redshirted as well, is the same overall as Phoenix. So, easy decision to make. We will hopefully grow him in the offseason, and he's ready to be the lead guy heading into 2027. That is at least my hope. He does have a deal breaker, though, which is playing time, which scares me. And if that's the case, and we start to see him pop up, I don't know if red shirts really affect that. I'm hoping not, even though I think they do. Then we come back here and we reverse course immediately and at least make him RB2 until the point that he is not going to transfer out. I also, for whatever reason, redshirted fullback Matthew St. John. Now, I don't really know if that's going to be a good thing or a bad thing. It's probably not going to be anything, truth be told. Top 5 wide receivers, they are here. Not going to bother with redshirting Josh Meadows because he's already a stud. At least on his way to being a stud. 99 speed, 99 acceleration. I'm really hoping for a good season sim one of these years before Meadows leaves, so we get to play a game with him. So the red shirt is basically you just sit out. You can only play up to 4 games a year, and then you save a year of eligibility. It's meant more so for players, mostly like incoming freshmen, generally. But you can redshirt anybody at any time that hasn't been redshirted before. So you save that year of eligibility, you get another year of development, in theory, is how that works. Tight ends, Brennan Parachek is a senior. We really don't have much of an option when it comes to tight end in the future, outside of Gash here. He's really our only hope right now. We do have a whole bunch of young tight ends. We already have a redshirt freshman in Bryce O'Malley. 3 true freshmen this year, but they are all going to redshirt. Offensive line, still pretty weak. I don't think I redshirted anybody here just because we don't really have a lot of depth. We have 3 at every position but right tackle, where we have 4, and none of them are particularly good. Defensive ends, I really thought about redshirting Whittington and Abreu here. They're both only impact development, so I'm not really too worried about that. Hopefully we get some big wins on the defensive line here in recruiting. I have made the decision to redshirt Reggie Pete. This is the elite development defensive tackle that is an incoming freshman here. He is going to sit out this year. His deal breaker is proximity to home, so we don't have to worry about that. There was another elite development player, I thought. Didn't we have 2? I mean, yeah, if we redshirt Ross Durant here, in theory, that development bumps him over Jalen Thompson, and we save that year of eligibility. Early indications. So, actually, a quick little disclaimer. I actually wanted to try and test something out, but I got so spooked that it was going to backfire that I immediately went back to what we used to do. I was going to wait. And in fact, I did wait, which turns out was a very dumb thing to do, on offering scholarships, because I thought maybe if we waited a little bit, then maybe when we offered them, we would get an insta-commit. I know people that play this game get them. I just don't know the magic in terms of what that happens or what triggers that to happen. I haven't gotten it yet. No busts on the board except Where is he? We may have already passed him. In fact, he might have already... Nope, this guy. This defensive tackle. I'm only keeping this 5-star bust defensive tackle on the board because of our pipeline, platinum tier 4 there, and we led on his board right off the bat. So we see a 5-star that we're leading on. We're certainly going to want to get that. And as far as I know, boom and bust or gem and bust don't really mean much of anything anyway. I've gotten gem 5 stars that come into this my team with impact dev. It's like I don't really know what it means. It's really strange. So we're gonna try and get Jared here on the team. But early indications are not bad. We're leading on some, trailing on others. We have 30 hours to spend this week with only 19 targets, but they are all, for the most part, really good targets. Trying to think of who might just need it. Who is just going to stick out, and that's going to be the player that we need to get some more action in on. Probably Grant Smoot here, honestly. This looks like a tight competitive race. So what we will do is head into recruiting, take that out, send the house on Smoot, and then drop 5 points on somebody. Campmoyer. Gonna need to do a little bit more on Campmoyer as time goes along here, so that'll have to do for now. Okay, it's close with Toledo, but we do come away with the win. 2 MAC schools in non-conference play this year. Toledo and Eastern Michigan, who is also already 0-1. So hopefully we can go 2-0 against these MAC schools before we likely lose to number 10 Notre Dame, especially at Touchdown Jesus. I think this might be our first Big Ten Defensive Player of the Week award. Week 2 against Eastern Michigan. 3 interceptions for Aid Willie. Now this is one of the players that was already on this team. Not one of my recruits, but what a game. I know it's against Eastern Michigan, but damn. Yet that game was still close. 3 interceptions for Willie, but it's a 24-17 win over Eastern. They fall to 0-2, and now a top 10 matchup with Notre Dame. Ooh, okay, so I'm actually not that upset with this. To go on the road to a top 10 team in Notre Dame and only lose by 14 with this team is actually pretty impressive. Offense did way better than I would have expected. Defense really, I mean, no, but hey, we kept it close when I really thought we were just going to get blown out. Now a bye week before Big Ten play starts at home against Washington. Take a look at all these home games early here in Big Ten play. We got Washington, who's sitting at 0-4 at home. Northwestern, Oregon, that's probably an L no matter where that game's played. We then go to UCLA, and then home again against Nebraska, home again versus Illinois, and then we end the season with 3 straight road games, including at Michigan and at number 7 Wisconsin. So nothing has really changed here in recruiting. Nobody's really dropped us out. How are we doing here? I mean, we got some leads. It's good to see. Jameson Sicko here is indeed favoring Notre Dame. Are there just any of these that are just probably not going to happen? We're looking pretty good on getting into the top 3 there with PJ Boyce, but visits with Michigan and Iowa upcoming. We might be far enough out that visit week 9 with Iowa probably, I won't say probably, but it might not matter. Ooh, hey, look at this. We also got Paris Segal. No visits scheduled upcoming here with either Penn State or Wisconsin. We should really find a way to get him some more action. Like a player like... Where's that fullback? Oh, wait, the fullback dropped this. That's right. Man, I don't want to do it, but I think we're going to have to leave that how it is. I mean, there's just... We got way too many players on our board, and we need to focus on all of them to try and get... Oh, Michigan has surpassed us on Boyce. It is crisis time. So we are going to take these points away from Benji Bailey here for a week, because we need everything that we can get here on PJ Boyce, because his decision is probably coming this week, which is not what I expected. We're in a dead heat with Michigan, so if they slip up in kind of recruiting him a little softer this week, bad things are going to happen, and he's going to come to Michigan State. Now, the defensive tackle position is actually shaping up to be fairly good. We got already one elite player, and either Jared or Boyce, I mean, we could be set at DT here for a couple seasons. You absolute bums. 31-10 against a Washington team that had been winless. You bums! And now we face another purple team in Northwestern, before we face off against the top 5 team in Oregon. All right, give me the good news or the bad news. Boyce went to Michigan. The Hail Mary there at the end did not work. Now, there is a sliver of good news, because we do get 4-star corner Paris Segal. And now we have some hours to kind of spend around with 2 players now committed. One to us, one to Michigan. So let's see. We could get Malachi Augustine probably this week if we just rework this here a little bit. Honestly, just max him out. Try and get him off the board so we can spend those points on some other players. Volk is still a long ways away. Michelle, we've got a big lead. Fox, we've got a pretty big lead. No reason to do anything more there. Jamison Sicko is now favoring Ohio State. But this is still early enough, I think, that there is a chance to sway him, or at least make this close again. I don't know if he's going to go to Ohio State this week. Now, their Tier 5 or Tier 6, whatever that is, pipeline is a little bit scary, but oh well. We also have Kenyon Sowles here, 4-star athlete. That is, I think, also a defensive end. This is another close battle here with Michigan. And there also is a visit with Maryland that could really make some things interesting, too. So that's 10 points left. Who needs them the most? We're probably not going to be able to get Taj Makari here. Oh, Christ. Oh, boy. We're so early on here with Miles Corker. Let's back that off. And head up to Smoot, because all of a sudden we've got a bunch of points that we can spend on him. 80 hours we can spend on Smoot. So we're gonna fucking do it. We really need to address the linebacker position. Grant Smoot, hopefully gonna be a good player to do that with. 5 hours left to spend. Let's go down. We haven't touched Benji Bailey here in a couple weeks, so he'll get 5 just to make sure he knows we're still interested. I don't really know where our offense went. This is a team that put up 31 points against Notre Dame. And we put up a combined 16 against a couple purple teams here in the last 2 weeks. And now we face number 3 Oregon. Things are falling apart because I really thought that this first stretch of Big Ten play, these 3 straight home games, 1 road game, and then 2 more home games, was going to be a big opportunity for us. And now, all of a sudden, it is turning into a nightmare. Aha, so some good news. Malachi Augustine has committed. That's good. Volk here is nearing his top 3. Has a visit with Kentucky that scares the hell out of me. Nobody wants Johnny Michelle. I'm really confused about that. He's not a bust, not anything. Marquise Marshall at right guard. We have a bunch of hours to spend this week. So the clear mission is to do everything that we can. He does have a visit with Clemson, or maybe that visit already happened. Not entirely certain. Sicko. We did jump Notre Dame, and we made up some ground on Ohio State. And I don't think that visit is for another week. So we shall see. We were actually trailing by a good bit there. So Michigan State might have a chance here on Sicko. It is very close with Kenyon Sowles, so 25 more hours for him. Makari goes to Notre Dame. Smoot went to Notre Dame. This is going badly. Well, we don't really need to do anything right here now on Jared, but it appears we're going to have some hours left. Ooh, look at this, actually. Frederick Campmoyer, four-star left outside linebacker, and a gem. is a player that we are probably going to be able to get this week, especially with 80 hours available to spend on him. And then we're going to be able to get back down here, give more points to Bailey, give Corker his points back. And then, you know what, we'll sprinkle 5 there on Corker just to kind of make up for the loss of points there a little bit, because we have fallen behind Kentucky here a little bit. Oh, here down at the bottom, actually, I didn't even realize. Austin Cornell, 3-star corner. Not a deal, or not a make-or-break kind of player, but good to have. Yeah, our offense has disappeared, but this is the scoreline, to be honest, against Oregon that I would have expected. I would not have expected that against Northwestern or Washington. That's where the surprise comes in. This score makes all the sense in the world. These two don't. Oh, there are a bunch of hours to spend. Marquise Marshall, the 4-star guard, does go to Clemson, so that visit is what swayed him. So he's off. Sicko to Notre Dame. Sowles to Michigan. We get Camp Moyer. And I think that was the only thing good that happened to us. So now it is simple. We have got to do everything that we can here to get Dylan Volk. 5-star tight end. Michelle, we don't even really have to do anything. He's got no interest at all. So we might be able to get 2 pretty good tight ends here in Volk and Michelle. But Michigan and Kentucky coming on to us here on Volk. Jared Skukanik. I have no idea how to pronounce that name. I'll have to Google that one. The 5-star bust. He looks like he's going to commit. We're doing everything that we can on him. Camp Moyer already on. So I guess Benji Bailey here is going to get... Wait, I can't do that. Let's get this all set. I hate when we can only spend 70. That's always just kind of a rough spot, because really all we can do is 65 or try and sway him, which I don't have a lot of good luck doing. Miles Corker, we are a long way behind. So we'll take this out. Send the house on him. Add in that other 10. Get to 65. Marcus Lehan. This is going to be a losing battle, I do believe, but we got the hours, so we might as well do it. Ibushi. Still very early on here on Val Ibushi. Or Vi Ibushi, I'm not really sure. We'll send a house. And then here at the bottom, Julius Booker. Still pretty early. And we can actually only spend 65 on him. So we'll get the 15 in there. Get the 25 out. And send the house yet again. That marks our 5th straight loss. This team was 2-0. Lose by 7 at the Rose Bowl to UCLA. Our final 2 home games of the regular season, of the season in general. Nebraska and Illinois upcoming. Both with better records than ours. Okay, so we did get Dylan Volk. That was a little bit of a surprise to me. That was a close race. And Michelle has not committed, and he actually now has an offer from USC. So, decision is easy. I want him, and we're going to send the house on him. Jimmy Fox, 4-star right tackle. Send the house on him. We are inside the top 3. Visit with Cincinnati is a scary one. We did get Jared. Segal and Camp Moyer were already here. Bailey we're really close on, but that is still pretty early on. Now, he's getting a lot of Power Conference interest. That's scary. We got locked out on Corker. A slight surprise. Lehan, the receiver, went to Michigan. Ibushi, close race. We're doing everything we can. His decision's probably coming this week. Austin Cornell, we already had. Now we get into these guys that just got on to the board. I don't think we're going to be able to do this for everybody. But we're going to give it a go. We'll get those players done. Still have 25. Hopefully Dillard. We really should focus more on Dillard. And take these 25 points off of Morgan Lewis. And go up to Dillard because he was the best 3-star that we added to the board here. And we do need to make that cutoff, of which we are not really all that close on right now. It continues. 45-21 to Nebraska Our dreams of reaching a bowl game for the first time ever here with Connor Stallions at Michigan State rely on winning out. Home against Illinois, and then at Michigan, Wisconsin, and Rutgers. Yeah, we ain't making a bowl game. So Jimmy Fox, the 5-star right tackle to Cincinnati. We just missed out. That visit, once again, was just a little bit scary. Bailey, all of a sudden, has got heavy inches from Ohio State. He's probably going to go there. Ibushi here did commit. Cornell we had. Booker is probably going to go to Michigan. But at least at running back, we're already pretty set at that position. Early leads on the 3 stars outside of Lewis that we haven't done anything with. Got plenty of hours to do this here this week, so we will do that. And then here with Dillard, we might as well just max him out, because in terms of 3 stars, I really want him. And then go back down here to Whiteheart. Now, he does have an offer. Two other offers, actually. Oklahoma State and Kansas State. All right. And now that is the 4 stars, so we'll do what we can. We can actually do a little bit more here. Back that off. Back that off. And in we go. Maxed out. Our 6-game losing streak is over. We are 3-6. We head to the Big House to face number 23 Michigan. Our hopes of a bowl game are on life support, but they are still there. All right, Bailey to Ohio State. Kind of saw that coming. Booker goes to Michigan. Now, we have done actually fairly well. I mean, we do have 2 5-stars here in this class. I know the one's a bust, but good chunk of 4 stars with a chance at another here at the bottom. It really could be worse. Actually, huh? What? Where'd that? Oh, wait, right. We added a whole bunch more. Here's Whiteheart. We lead on Whiteheart. That's good news. 180 hours. Sounds like I'm going to try and spend 25 on each of these guys. And see where that gets us. We might be close. I actually think we might just have enough. No, we're gonna be short on 1 player, but we'll at least get the corner in Kellum. That'll be our recruiting done for the week. How are we doing on any of these other guys? This 3-star guard. There's really only 1 4-star left, and that's Steve Whiteheart. So it's 3 stars from here on out. Yep, 3-7. We will not be going to a bowl game for a 3rd straight season, and for a 3rd straight season, we have lost to Michigan. Now, Michigan all of a sudden is ranked. That was a late season rebound for them. So now, next 2 games don't really matter all that much. We do still have a chance for a season high in wins here with Connor Stallions, or I guess, what's the proper way to say that? The best, the winningest season since Connor Stallions has taken over Michigan State. But it's probably not very likely. Now, Wisconsin and Rutgers are bad, but we might be worse. So there it is. We finish at 3-9. We actually take a step back. That is not at all really what I expected. I thought we'd at least be able to win 4 or 5 games, maybe possibly compete for that 6th, but not meant to be here in year 3. But hopefully we'll get some good offseason growth from those players we redshirted, and some wins in the players that we've recruited this year. Somebody else come in, or did we lose somebody else? Also, how are we doing on Whiteheart here? Leading on Whiteheart. That visit with K-State scares me badly. But outside of that, we're looking to be in good shape. Outside of Volk, who even with just those 10 hours, that was enough to get at least inside his top 8. So that's good. I guess let's sprinkle in 10 on a couple of these guys down here. Most importantly, Frederick Borum. Now, I don't know why these don't pop up mid-season anymore. Casey Putassi, 3-star right guard, has committed. I think it might actually be National Signing Day. Frederick Virgin. We haven't lost on anybody. Another check on Whiteheart. That's looking good for the moment. Michigan is creeping in there, though. Michigan's going to fucking swing him right at the very end, isn't he? Looking good here on Morgan Lewis. Might as well just max him out, try and get a commit here. Give ourselves the most hours possible as we head into off-season recruiting. Might be able to max out a good chunk of players here, actually. Just to try and do everything that we can to get them signed on. Now, Carmona doesn't really make a lot of sense. Mingo could use it. And we're left with 30. I don't know if there's anybody we can spend 30. Actually, yes, there is. This guy's down here at the bottom. Kellum, Graves, and Creespin. We'll get that, and that's our hours gone. 3-star right guard Ron President commits, and we do get Steve Whiteheart out of Independence, Missouri. So add another 4-star to the class. Hoping for some good dev traits, of course. Morgan Lewis signs on as well, just kind of out of nowhere. As does Bernie McNary. We've got a good chunk of offensive linemen in this class. The only unfortunate part is none of them are really 4 or 5 stars. Also get Nate Carmona at safety. Brady Drogosh, junior quarterback out of Cincinnati. Almost 4,000 yards, 48 touchdowns, 9 interceptions is quite high for a Heisman winner, seemingly, in this game, but the yardage and the touchdowns make up for that. This isn't exactly a award that I wanna win. Senior punter on his way out the door, Ryan Eckley wins best punter for 2026. Good. 56 punts. Cincinnati won a title before Michigan State did. 31-24. Bearcats are national champions. Well, this is the moment of truth. I am really worried that I'm about to click on this screen and our elite development wide receiver, Josh Meadows, is going to be leaving with no chance to persuade. And that is indeed the case. 5 transfers in this class. One of them really, really stings. That is Meadows. Oh, God. Championship contender deal breakers. I just need to never fucking touch those. Well, after the loss of Meadows, maybe we can find somebody in the portal that could replace him. We got a 4-star guard here. Jacob Merritt. From the state of Michigan. In the portal. Actually, 2 4-stars on the offensive line from Big Ten schools. Wow, those could be huge if we could land those guys. There's Kurt Carney. 3-star running back out of College Station, Texas. And 4-star left guard, Jacob Merritt. I was not expecting that this early. Good. Oh, wow, we got them both. I guess that's our off-season recruiting done with a couple weeks remaining. 2027, we have a home game against Notre Dame. And we play Central Michigan. Which means the Cincinnati game, the defending national champions, I do have the ability to switch them out of here, which is what I'm going to do. I want to make a bowl game in the worst fucking possible way. You know what? We'll take the free win, hopefully, of FCS Midwest.